Your Power, Your Community, a podcast by Jackson EMC.
I'm Karen Ewing, Community Relations Representative at Jackson EMC. Today, we're talking with Dr. Jason Lane, Principal at Mill Creek High School. Welcome.
Thank you, Ms. Ewing.
So Mill Creek won the Cooperative Sportsmanship Award, which honors schools that exhibit exemplary sportsmanship during competitive events. One of the things that we sponsor. And when you talk about competitive events at Mill Creek, 27 state championships, 108 area and regional championships, one of those being the state football championship last year. Pretty big deal there. I was there.
Yes.
So exciting. How do you instill the values of the award in your students?
Yeah, well, let's be honest. I can't take very much of the credit, if any of that credit. We are blessed to have a ton of great coaches most have been at Mill Creek for almost 20 years. And they've just done a great job from the foundations of Mill Creek when it first opened, when Dr. Markham was the principal and all the head coaches. My job's been easy. I've just come in and kind of followed that pattern that was laid before me. The last 10 years, we've really done a lot with student leadership, and I think that's probably helped them in some ways. We talk about student leadership at Mill Creek, but we don't just talk about it. We also give students a chance to act upon the skills that we're teaching them. We let students make decisions in our school. We let students have a say in what's going on at their school. And I think that also shows in the field of play that our coaches push them, but our students really want to do well, not only for themselves, but for their community. They take a lot of pride in our school, and we're just very honored and blessed to have such great kids in our school, to be honest with you.
Well, you talked about the service aspect. That is one of the things that impresses me about Mill Creek is the service attitude of students. And you have coming up for football games, you have service night, you have food drives, you have recycling, and all of these are student-led.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, so about 4 or 5 years ago, we had some students come to us and said, hey, we have some ideas. And again, back to that student leadership piece that we talk about, we don't want them just to learn skills, we want them to put it into action. And we have a local food bank in our community, and they talked to us about the need of this food bank and how we could help as a school. We thought we would do it for 1 year, and I think this is going on year 5 or 6 in a row, and it grows every year. And this year we're taking on Buford in the food drive. We figured, why not have this great matchup of 2 great teams, 2 great communities. And no matter who wins the football game, obviously we hope that we win, but no matter who wins the football game, both communities will be better off at the end of it, because we're going to raise a lot of food for local food banks and charities.
That's phenomenal. And that really speaks to the values of the award of responsibility. So the students showing responsibility for their community as well as their school.
They just take a lot of pride. And you could say about a lot of high school students around the state, take pride in their school and they have school spirit, but I think it takes it to a different level when they're thinking about other people besides themselves. They're not just painting up on a Friday night for a game, they're also saying, how can I leave a lasting impact? How can we make a legacy for others to look at? And so we're really hopeful that as our younger students in our cluster see what our high school students are doing, that as they come up through the grade levels, they're also seeing that that's an expectation. We want them to continue that after I'm gone, after those other students are gone. Like, how can you make our community continue to be better each and every year?
You're known not only for not only for athletics, but academics as well. You're one of the most competitive high schools, public high schools in our state. You consistently rank in the top for scores and academics. How do they mesh at Mill Creek?
I think they go hand in hand. I think if you have a great athletic program that's robust, a lot of pride, that naturally carries over into the classroom. Students are more engaged in school. They want to be there. They want to do better. We challenge our teachers every single day. We talk about giving your 100%. I know that every single day is a different day for an adult, just like it is for a student. But I ask the teachers, give me your 100% today. I know your 100% today is different, your 100% tomorrow, but I want you to give everything for us, for our students in our school. And I think the same thing applies to our students. We ask our students when they come into school, they're there for learning, they're there to have fun. They're there to hang out with their friends, but we want them to get the most out of each and every day. One of our mottos is SOAR, striving to overachieve through accountability and respect. And I didn't make that motto up. I didn't make our vision statement up. That was all created by students, by parents, and by community members. And that's the challenge that we ask our students to look at and try to achieve is how can you overachieve? And I'm often asked the question of, why do you say overachieve? We want students to try to do things they never thought was possible. Like it's not good enough to come into Mill Creek and just graduate. That's an expectation for everybody. What can you do to challenge yourself? How can you make yourself better? Do you need to take an AP class? Do you want to go do enrollment? What colleges do you want to get into? What things do you want to do? And so it's just that mindset of trying to push them. Again, I think those two carry over. The athletic fields, our coaches are pushing students athletically. And then in the classroom, our teachers are pushing students academically. And let's be honest, we have a great support from our parents as well in the community. And they help us with that by continuing that same push at home.
Well, Jackson EMC loves partnering with Mill Creek with the SOAR education program that we do there. That's fun. And the academics and athletics that we're able to support you. So we appreciate your coming in today.
We really appreciate all of your support, and thanks to all the Jackson EMC people out there that support your programs. It's wonderful.
Many of our employees, their children, go to school at Mill Creek.
That's wonderful. Don't email me if they have any questions. I need some help.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks for listening to Your Power, Your Community, the Jackson EMC podcast. Be sure to hit that subscribe button to hear more great stories like this one.
This podcast is a production of BG Ad Group. All rights reserved.